Well, do they have an Applebee's in Arlington?
Oh my God!
Fuck
Shut the
no.
fuck up about Arlington. God damn it! Every single
Applebee's is
episode.
the
Every
best restaurant to eat at.
every
Eat at
single
Applebee's.
episode. God damn it!
Welcome to my world. Please take an umbrella as you say
Hello,
it.
everybody. This is Furry Frequencies, the most trusted name in furry drama, and I am your host Lifty, along with co-host Sylox
Hello.
and Sharky.
Hello.
Okay, so tonight we've got a big episode to talk about. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got to talk about this FWA billboard that went up in Metro Atlanta that's really triggering a lot of furries and making a lot of furries just lose their shit over it.
Which
Also,
is fucking stupid.
yeah, I know it's fucking stupid. Otherwise, we wouldn't be talking about it.
I mean, we can talk about smart stuff too instead of stupid.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
totally. But
Yeah,
it's
like
more
the
fun.
black hole we found,
Oh
or I
yeah.
took a picture of. You can talk
And
about
now
that.
It's a
for
it's
an
a
hour.
butthole for a whole bunch of
Okay, that's disgusting.
dirty art. Yeah.
Sylox, that was a picture of your butt.
What?
Sylox's butt is a
That's
black
disgusting. Black holes are actually very fascinating.
hole. They are, but they're
Yeah,
fucking
I would actually
terrifying.
I would love to visit one and see one up close, real and personal. I know they say it's
You would
black.
die. You would be
Well-
sucked into the singularity and die.
Well, no, if it's a
That's
big
what
enough,
happens if you
if
get
it's
close to a black hole,
if it's
Sylox.
a big
you
enough
die.
black hole, if it's a
you're
supermassive black hole, you
literally
won't.
ripped apart,
Yes, if it's
atom by atom,
small.
module by.
I did not say I was going to go past the event horizon. I did not say that. I was going to stay outside of it, okay, and
You
orbit
die.
the black hole.
If you want to try to look at it, you would see literally nothing.
He would see
I just want to make
gravitational
a
lensing.
comment.
Yeah, that's really about it. You'll just see light
That's amazing,
being
though.
bent, and that's it.
I would probably fap to that. That's amazing.
You would fap to the black hole. Would you fap into the black hole?
I can show you some
why would I
porn
do
of that
that?
black hole.
Like
I don't
you-
wanna
like
see
you
any
would
porn of
send
the
your
black hole.
semen into the black hole. Like,
Why would I do that?
2
I don't
minutes
know.
in, and already we are amazing.
Why would anyone want to do that? That's
I
a
probably
one-way
would
trip
just
to
be
hell.
like, hey guys, guess what I did for the weekend? I fucking jizzed into a black hole. That's a hell of a story right there.
I mean,
That's a great story.
You realize the people you tell that to might not be alive when you come back to Earth, because time moves very slow around the black hole. So, yeah, they might be dead.
Yeah, they'll be like right on their deathbed and be like, hey Billy, I know you were 12 when I left, but guess what I did? I jizzed into a black hole.
This
Now
is
you may
quality
die
podcasting.
knowing You would
Yeah.
die with the thought of me masturbating into a black hole.
Good lord.
So we also want to talk about a great achievement that we have earned. So yesterday we have gotten the email. We have sent in an application to be on the press, to get press badge and credentials for BronyCon in Baltimore this August, and we got approved. So we are officially press of BronyCon. So we're going to
Oh,
be
Lord.
on the convention floor August 1st through the 4th, and we're going to be asking the big questions to the
The big
special
questions.
guests. Like, I would definitely like to well, I would love
Like
to
ask
talk
him if
to.
they masturbate or something.
No.
Oh
What?
God, no,
Stop.
Sharky, no. That will get
Is,
us kicked.
Is what's her face going to be there? She's like my favorite
Whomst?
voice actor. Who? What?
Whomst?
Whomst? No, that's not a voice actor.
No. Whomst are you speaking about?
Who is Whomst?
You're a retard.
Is this like Chad again? Like, is this like new Chad? Who was Whomst?
Well,
This
who
is
is
Chad
who,
too,
like
Electric
asking
Boogaloo.
who is this
Speaking
person.
of Chad, I figured out who Chad was, and I told him last night. There's a
It's
dude
not a
named
matter
Chad
of
Thundercock.
who.
I
It's
don't know
not
why this guy's.
who. It is what.
Well, his name is Chad Thundercock. I don't know why his last name is that, but he's a real person apparently. So
No, it's not a matter of being a real person. It describes like
Sylox, I'll give you a cookie later.
okay, that works.
you fucking annoy me.
Anyway, who
You
is your...
legitimately anger me.
This coming from the guy who thought he lived south of DC.
I'm still
Don't
mad
even
that you
start.
fucking believe that.
It triggered me last night that you even thought that. That's
No,
not
what
funny.
made me laugh is the fact that you fucking thought I was trying to spout that as truth.
Sharky, don't. Because what you're doing right now is like, oh, ha ha ha, I was only pretending to be retarded.
Are you saying I'm actually retarded?
Are you? If you are, I'm not going to judge. It's a free
I
country.
have no idea. I mean,
Oh.
I've been hit in the head many times on the surface, so probably, I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been to.
Oh yeah,
Sharky's not
Lifty.
retarded,
Don't
he's
worry.
more
The next
retarded.
time I see you, we'll see.
I also
like,
swallowed
how,
gasoline.
How this
You swallowed
interaction
what?
will go.
I swallowed gasoline. Once.
Were you siphoning, or were you just
Yeah,
trying
I
to
was
see what it tastes
siphoning.
like?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
siphoning.
Oh,
That's not, if you're like trying to see
It-
what
it
it,
was a
tastes like, I
siphon
was
gone
gonna call
wrong.
you a dumbass, but
he wanted some unleaded gasoline. He wanted to try
I
it.
want to see what this foul-smelling
Lord.
substance tastes like. Even though everyone, including the gas station, told me not to.
Wow. Good Lord.
What would this extremely aggressive solvent do to my fucking system?
Okay, I gotta say, gasoline as a drink is, I wouldn't recommend it.
I would hope so.
No
I
shit.
was,
I would hope so.
I was burping up gas
Yeah.
that, tasted like gas and when it came out for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, it does that if you ingest it.
Yeah, I know. And you everybody tells you don't vomit it out. Don't vomit it out. For the love of God, don't vomit it out.
I just can't believe you did that. I'm
You
shocked.
do know when you siphon gas, you're not supposed to swallow the gas, right?
Yeah. Of course, I know that.
Are you sure you know?
I wasn't
You know
even...
it now, yeah. But did you know it
I don't
then?
think he knows that.
Sharky, shut up. I knew that back then. I know that now.
I strongly doubt
I
that.
swear to
Okay.
you, it was a siphoning gone wrong.
It
was
was
curious.
just
He was curious.
you siphoned too hard.
It was a big suck.
Pull out game, not strong.
Wow, he can suck that much. Oh boy, that's what else he can do.
Shut up.
Hey now.
He can call me not retarded. How about that?
Exactly, because you ain't retarded. You're mentally challenged. That's the PC version. We don't say retard on this show.
We know we said retard how many times now?
You called me a Riri last night, and I was like, just call me retarded. You don't have to be PC about it.
You
Until
thought
I looked
Riri
up-
was PC. Retard is more PC than Riri.
Then what is Riri? Do I even want to know?
Literally just means retard, but in a really like
Retard.
yeah, it's just a very mean way of saying retard. It's like, any other mean slang about an individual.
Oh, I'm so immature. God, why am I working a government job?
You're
Oh,
immature
Lord.
and you have like no knowledge of memes and
I don't.
anything like
I don't. I feel
sexual.
old. Yeah.
You barely even know anything above vanilla sex.
Hey now, my ex enjoyed that about me, so don't diss that. Don't judge.
Oh, I will.
I mean, I'd rather have vanilla sex than no sex.
Then how about you just find someone who is more kinky than just for vanilla sex instead of just,
Or you have sex with your hand. That's what most people do. I
No,
think.
no.
I do.
There's a book. I swear, there's a book that's on sale somewhere on the internet that talked about sharing solos, and it was
What?
basically it was basically
There's a
just
book
a
somewhere on the internet that's for sale. That's all I heard. And I'm
and
like, no shit.
no, no,
Sharing
no.
solos? You mean like hand jobs? Just
Yeah,
call it hand
except
jobs.
well, yeah, except nobody's like everybody. It's mutual masturbation. That's what it is.
Well, that's hot.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, I can't just do that forever. I mean, I'd want actual like penetrative sex eventually.
Oh.
He wants to
Um.
fuck. That's what he wants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not for me.
He doesn't want sex.
I
No,
mean,
he
that is
wants to
why
fuck.
you have a penis that is hard.
Yeah, I
Well,
can't do penetrative sex. I'm sorry. I don't want anything in my butt. I don't want to stick anything in someone else's butt or vagina. It's just not for me.
how's it that we've gone 10 minutes and we've talked about what now?
We were talking about
Just roll with
BronyCon,
it.
and then someone brought up Chad Thundercock, and then
You did.
You brought up that Chad Thundercock.
I'd said Thundercock, not Chad the country. Chad Thundercock.
Yeah, you brought that up.
You said I brought up Chad. That's a country.
So,
Am I the dumb one here, or is it just
no, no,
what's
no, no,
going
no.
on?
So, Hoopst is your favorite voice actress from the show, My Little
Oh,
Pony.
well, Tara Strong, obviously. She's one of my favorite voice
Okay.
actors.
Yeah.
He
Well,
likes the Twilight Sparkles.
Shut
she's
up.
been in a lot of shows.
Yeah. Oh my
She's been
God,
in
she
so
has.
many fucking
She
shows.
has.
I had the pleasure of meeting her while I was at a driver for BronyCon years and years ago, and it was actually kind of being a driver for BronyCon. That's a really fun job, just because you get to be with the voice actors, the voice actresses, the special guests. You get to drive them around Baltimore, chat with them. You get to do a bunch of stuff that the normal, ordinary, masses don't get to do.
I would just hate having the drive around Baltimore.
Oh, it was fun. It was
How
fun. It
can
was
you have
cool.
fun? It's Baltimore.
Well, if you
Baltimore's not
if you
bad.
get into a Mad Max kind of mentality, it's a lot more fun.
Yeah, if when it's survival of the fucking fittest on the roads, and you have that mentality, sure, but otherwise, it sucks.
Well, yeah, kind of. It can.
Did you have your like a fellowship behind you of like screaming like white painted dudes going witness me and like blowing other cars up?
I wish.
Whoa.
No,
Have you
I
guys
actually.
seen Mad
Holy
Max?
shit. That would be
But
awesome.
no, in Baltimore during my stint as a driver, I did get to see on the same day, on the same road, I saw a dirt bike gang and an elephant
Oh, wonderful.
and a camel,
Stay
all on the
classy,
same road.
Baltimore.
Okay. Well, it's Baltimore.
Yep.
It's a weird city.
Yeah. So let's talk about this billboard that FWA has released to market their convention that's coming up.
Well, it
What is
worked.
it? What is it? Is it in next weekend or the weekend
No,
after?
it is the weekend after. It's let me open my calendar. It is the 9th through the 12th, actually, of May.
Awesome, awesome. So FWA they decided they're going to have a digital billboard outside Metro Atlanta that it's very colorful. It basically shows a fox as a pirate looking through a, a telescope, or yeah, whatever those things are that pirates use to look out and say land ho and yo ho
A
and
periscope, yeah.
yeah, periscope. There we go.
Telescope,
Whatever it is. Um,
a
Anyway.
collapsible magnifier.
there we go. And they decided that they're gonna make digital billboards showing in big letters FWA, and then the date May 9th through the 12th, 2019. For more information, visit furryweekend.org. It was, there really wasn't really much in the way of text or anything
It
or
was just
art.
a fucking billboard advertisement. There's nothing really
Yeah,
special about it. It's just
there was
like
nothing
any other
offensive.
fucking advertisement you
There
find
was
on a billboard,
nothing
but
offensive. It
for
was
furry shit.
Yeah. I mean, it was really great. Actually, it's
But
I'd like to correct Sylox for a minute. It is actually May 9th through the 13th.
oh, wait a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah, fuck you, Sylox. Get your shit right.
Wait,
So,
it
yeah.
ends on Monday? Are you serious?
Is
That
it?
can't be right. 1, 2, 3, 4. A
Oh my
5-day
goodness,
convention. Holy shit.
Oh my goodness. I've never heard of this.
A 5-day furry convention in the United States? That's
They're breaking
unheard of.
barriers. Shit's
unheard
going
of.
rogue.
They're definitely like taking aim at MFF now.
So I would expect MFF to do that. I would not expect FWA to do a 5-day furry convention. That's really unheard of.
Who would go to Atlanta to fuck for 5 days?
You'd be surprised. You would be surprised.
I'd probably only
It's
survive.
furries, man.
I'd survive 2 days because of partying. Third day, I'd be laying on my deathbed. Fourth day, I'd still be recovering. Fifth day, I'd still be recovering.
Good lord.
That's how it's
Anyway.
going to go for most of the people there.
That's just
Anyway,
unheard of.
this billboard is actually part of a network of billboards in the metro Atlanta area, and they tweeted out, "Hey Atlanta furries, keep your eyes peeled safely while out and about. We want to know if you see our billboards. Hit us up with hashtag FWA big screen if you do. What are you excited for this hashtag FWA 2019? Pics are awesome, but please don't snap and drive." And the overall reaction to this billboard was surprisingly negative. You've got not. I don't understand this guy. He's on Twitter at nonstoppup. Why does he say everything on Twitter in all caps? Like, look
It
at
means
him.
he's yelling all the time.
Yeah, that's what that means. He's upset. He's angry.
I know,
But it seems he's always.
no.
always
He is
angry.
always yelling.
It makes it
He
look
is
like he's
always
proving a point.
yelling.
It makes
Like,
it look
look
like
at
he's
this.
proving a
I'm
point, even
angry,
though
pay
he's
attention to me.
completely incorrect in that typing.
He designed a shoe online, and he says, "My Shusona is beautiful.
Good lord.
I love Seattle."
He wants attention. That's why it's like that.
Believe you
caps,
die.
Jesus.
He is yelling everything. Like, every single tweet is in all caps that this guy sends. It's crazy.
The problem is with people that write in all caps, they don't realize is it makes them look like fucking like douche nozzles that just are begging for fucking attention.
Yeah,
And it's
I
like
understand.
the complete wrong way you use caps in the way of getting attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
just
there-
want to.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Oh no, you can go ahead. You finish.
Well, okay. So, regards to the billboards, there are clearly two factions of the furry community that have voiced displeasure at FWA's extravagant spending habits when it comes to marketing. One of them is airing a grievance regarding the registration price increase. Apparently, there was a significant price in the admission this year compared to last year. And the other group is simply... Oh, cut that out.
Yes,
Anyway,
please.
and the other group is just really, really mad because they think that this is making furry going mainstream, and I'm like, okay, stop for a minute.
Holy shit. Okay.
Why is it that furries, in particular, want to have their cake and eat it too?
So, in regards to the billboard, I think the billboard did its intended job. I don't think it was intended to solely be for Atlanta furries. I think it was to generate buzz about FWA among the furry community at large.
Yeah.
And it did its job. It
Hmm.
has everybody talking about it. Whether they like the idea or they dislike it or they think it's a misappropriation of funds, you're talking about the con. It has your interest right now. I think that was the overall goal of FWA. It was less about enticing normies or furries in the Atlanta area to come out to FWA for a day or two, but more so to get the con out into everybody's vocabulary
Yeah.
for a few weeks leading up to it. And I just want to say, I opened up the registration prices now for this year. Attending is $75.
That's
That's
for
a
the whole
lot.
weekend.
Yeah,
That,
Now,
oh,
is that pre-reg or is that like on-site buying?
This is, I believe, pre-reg is already over, so this might be on site.
If that's on-site, that doesn't surprise me. Cause let's see how much Anthrocon does for their on-site shit.
yeah.
$70 on-site, $60 pre-reg, and this is for Anthrocon. So their pricing, honestly, compared to like Anthrocon and other large cons,
Well, let's see if I can
really
still
is
register
not
right now.
bad at all.
For FWA?
Yeah, because I think this might actually not be registration. Okay, so no. Early bird registration, the price for attending was $60. Okay, so this currently, okay, so pre-reg is still going on. So yeah, so pre-reg, it is $75 to attend. That's just attending. Sponsorship is 125, super sponsor 180, and those who want to do God level, that is $350. Comparatively, at furthermore, there is something similar to that of Raven God. I believe that's what the similar package would be. That is, I think,
Guys, I
$500.
I have breaking news to announce. Okay, so if you go on the Anthrocon 2019 site, the
Okay.
first thing you see on the site is this huge panorama of a bunch of furries.
Oh
And
yeah.
right there at the very front, you see Sylox standing beside none other than the world's most disgusting furry, Growly.
Yeah, I
Yes.
noticed that too.
I
That
told
makes
you
me
all
laugh.
about that. I told you all about that a few episodes ago, remember? When I said I had the displeasure of standing next to Growly, and he was the most obnoxious, loud, and disgusting person I've ever met right now. I've ever met. And God, I hated standing next to him. This was before I actually knew who he was, but his fursuit was disgusting. It's like,
Oh yeah, it
dude,
still is.
yeah. It's
Oh,
like,
it's so
dude,
much
wash your
worse
fucking
now.
fursuit.
It's so much worse now, and I see a few other people in the crowd though that I recognize now that I really
Yeah.
look at
Yeah.
it.
But yeah, compared to Anthrocon, which is why I'm on this site and why I
There's
cut
Blueberry.
to breaking news like that. Attending membership is $60 for pre-reg until June 16th and
That's what I
$70
said.
on site. So
That's
yeah,
literally
you
what I
save
said
$5 by going to a bigger and better convention.
Actually, if you go to the About Airfocon section, you can see it. You can see me way better, believe it or not. But wow, there's Blueberry. I can see a lot of people that I know.
Yeah, I see
Holy
Oh yeah, I
shit.
Blueberry. I
see
see
like
Blueberry,
Night Fox's old
Sobek.
shit.
Obek, Kenji. Holy shit. It's the Dat guy. Uh, oh, there's Artie. There's, holy shit, there's a lot of people in this pic that I know. That's
I think
embarrassing.
that's Suriname, and then I think below him is Jibad. Jibad.
Anyway, as we were saying, or what I wanted to bring up about this billboard shit, while you guys are reminiscing
Yeah,
in the
go
fucking
ahead.
past,
Go ahead, Sharky.
I have heard a lot of negative shit about it, the billboard shit. And all I can chalk it up to is a lot of people being upset about furries becoming mainstream is that they want to be elitist assholes who are like, oh, only we can be in this group type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All I see is a bunch of people wanting to be elitist and refuse to be like, hey, I don't want to be mainstream. I want to be cool and unique.
Well, that is stupid of them. Like
It
I
is.
said, why is it that furries, especially the furries that want to be that elitist asshole that wants to keep the furry community away from mainstream society, why is it that they want to have their cake and eat it too? Like they want to complain about how furry is going mainstream and this is bad and blah blah blah, and yet they will put their fursuit and their furry face on in front of every single camera and every single documentary that they can find. I
Because
mean,
they want to be special. They want their 15 minutes of fucking fame.
Yeah, they
like
want to
you
be
have do you have
famous.
any idea how many articles there have been written about the furry community? Do you have any idea how many documentaries and television shows and episodes and news recordings that they've done? Furries are not a mysterious entity anymore. They're out there. They are mainstream, and there's nothing you can do about it. And in
We are
most
fucking
cases,
everywhere.
going mainstream is a good thing.
I am happy we're going mainstream because now people, well, I'm pretty sure people are still going to look at us a bunch as sexual deviants and other shit. But I think the benefit of us being mainstream is that people can start being educated and be like, hey, these people are actually normal.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
They're not all fucking dumbasses.
and the best part
Just
is,
some of them.
as you start to open up, and this is the case with, and see, this is the case with any society in real life, and you've seen it, whether it be Japan opening up to the West, China opening up to the West, what have you. As something that was once insular opens up, people tend to start to look at themselves more. They start to have different thoughts and ideas on how their organization is run or their country is run. They
Mm-hmm.
adopt new ideas. In this case, what you're going to see is a more
More
safer.
furry people running around?
No, you're going to see a more
The Church
safer.
of Furry?
No, you're going to see a more safer furry
Furry government?
fandom. That would be a disaster. No, but you're going to see a more safer furry fandom. This idea that we have to protect certain people because I don't know why, because hey, they draw dicks nice or whatever. That mentality is going to go out the window because in the real world that doesn't fly. It doesn't work like that. And I know people will say, well, the rich people get. That's a different topic for a different day. But you're going to see a safer furry fandom, less tolerance for bullshit from people. It's going to be a good thing. I
Mm-hmm.
think the
Furry
one,
religion.
please no. I think the one
All
drawback
hail our
though,
fox god with his humongous femboy cock.
What?
that's super gay. That is super gay. Like that's very gay actually. I
No
don't want to
shit.
see that. That's actually hot too. But I think the one
I don't want
drawback,
to see that. That's hot. Show it again.
I think the one drawback will be that you're going to see a commercialized fandom. And I know we already have that in a sense with people like Bad Dragon and Hyena Agenda, but you're going to see that even more because people are going to see from the outside will see an opportunity to
Make money.
market towards us, like how they do when LGBT month rolls around and companies pretend to give a shit about us for 30 days and then they
Psylocke?
stop giving a shit about us. What's up?
Psylocke? We are well past that point. I mean, have you heard of this thing called Orangina? Have you seen their commercials? They are way, way ahead of us.
No, I look, I think it's a great idea. But I understand why some people are hesitant to mainstream the fandom. I would just ask them to stop and consider the benefits instead of be afraid of this idea of the fandom becoming, super clean. It's not going to be like that. You're going to eventually, what's going to happen is you're going to get rid of the negative elements. They're not going to be welcome, and you won't have to deal with, JSON effects or pedophiles like Simba. You're not going to deal with that. And I
Maybe
think it's for
they're
the best.
worried about mainstreaming because they are the negative. Just food for thought.
Some
Well,
are, but some of the people I've seen who have brought that issue up, they really aren't bad people. I think
I'm not
that
saying
they're,
all of them, but
yeah,
I want to think like, what if a lot of the people that are upset, not all of them, listen to my words here, just maybe a lot of them, or some of them, or maybe one of them, I don't care. Maybe want some or all or whatever the fuck are putting out the saying it's negative because they are the negative in the fandom and they realize, hey, as soon as the shit goes mainstream, I'm fucked.
well, I mean, some people have actually said that, this billboard that they released is actually pretty cool.
Agreed, it is cool.
Yeah, I agree with it too.
Because this is proof that, hey, look, world, we're out here too, doing shit.
Hmm.
Look at us. We're fucking
And
fluffy.
someone actually commented that it isn't awkward for Atlanta to see billboards for anime conventions or wherever because all the anime cons do billboards in Atlanta.
they do.
Yeah.
I mean, they have Dragon Con, they have another anime convention down there. It's perfectly normal. I just think that people are, again, this is the first time it's happened to furries. We've never done this before, so it's new to us, and we're trying to process this. But
So Atlanta is basically just good as a testing ground, a proving ground to see if
yeah,
this concept is like applicable everywhere else.
I think
Hmm.
so.
Because if Atlanta gets pissed about it, well, shit, it's not gonna fucking work anywhere else. But it seems to gander a lot of, you know, goodness, I guess, from the public.
It did its intended duty. It was to get us talking about FWA. I don't really think it was for the general population of Atlanta or Atlanta furries because they already know that FWA is going on. It's for people like us who may not be going to FWA, but weren't thinking about it at the time, but now we're thinking about it. Not
Yeah.
necessarily going, but we're thinking about the con now. So it did its intended purpose.
Hmm.
Like I'm not gonna be able to go most because of scheduling and I'm poor, but I probably would have gone either way because who doesn't like furry conventions? Shits are fun.
Yeah, it's a well, FU. What's it called? FUA. What's the
FWA.
FAU? No,
FAU?
yeah, that one's not fun. That one's
Oh.
terrible. We don't talk about FUA. FUA. FAU. We don't talk
We attend FAU ironically, okay?
FUA.
You having a
FUA.
stroke or
God,
something?
I can't even get it right. That's how bad it is. Jesus Christ.
So the one that they have pictured at the FWA Twitter account is just above the Big Green Egg store on the left side of I-85, just before I-285. And they also say that there are actually 3 around town. So just kind of throwing it out there. But I actually spoke to a liaison from Clear Channel Outdoor Advertising, and what they're doing is actually not that expensive if you think about it. Especially, I'm pretty sure that their advertising budget and their marketing budget is not really all that much. I think if they were to do this for like 3 billboards in the Metro Atlanta area, I would say for a whole month of doing that, a digital billboard would probably cost no more than $5,000 for all 3
I mean,
for a whole month. So you take it into account. They tweeted this out April 24th. So probably around that week is when they first started their rotation on these billboards, and they're probably going to be up for the next next 2-3 weeks
And not
until the
even that.
convention. Yeah.
Um, you have billboards called I think it's called Blip, that do short advertisements now
Hmm.
on as you could say animated billboards.
Yeah.
And you can set your own budget for that.
Yeah.
Because I've jokingly looked into advertising Maryland furs one time. It was jokingly, but I'm probably going to do it. But
Hmm.
yeah, you can set your own advertising budget. I in the future, I could definitely see a convention doing that for like $500, and
Yeah.
that's nothing. You could put that on a ton of billboards, honestly,
Yeah.
throughout the metro area if you wanted to. Hell,
But
cross country if you wanted to, honestly.
of course, a lot of furries are completely unimpressed and kind of angry about. Well, the best way to say this is that they are all a little upset that they had money to spend on this and not towards the actual convention events
Or to pay the DJs because that's the big thing.
or or actually making it so that the reg line is not 8 hours long.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
again, that's it's difficult in my view. It's difficult. Those are problems that are very difficult to tackle. You can't just throw money at them and expect them to go away.
oh, absolutely. Oh,
So
and just for clarification, FWA is from the 9th through the 12th. Unfortunately, it is not from the 9th to the 13th. So no, they haven't been. They're not the first con in the U.S. to go to 5 days. Unfortunately, sadly, I don't think we'll see that for a long time.
how come their Twitter site said 9 to the 13th?
There
Their
are there.
website says May 9th to the 13th.
Well, I looked at the schedule. The only events on the 13th are at 12 a.m. and 1 a.m., and those are dances. That's it.
Oh, so it's like
It's, yeah, dead dog dance, pretty much. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah. Unlike European cons, which some last a week long, cons here, at least for furries conventions, usually go from 3 days or 4 days. And that has a lot to do with cost, but also because of Americans' work schedules. We tend to not get a lot of vacation time as it is. So
yeah.
it makes sense to do weekend conventions and not week long ones. I will say, though, I think MFF might be the first furry con down the line to do a 5 day convention, um, whether it be from Wednesday to Sunday or Thursday to Monday. I don't know what they would choose. But I think given the growth at MFF, it's certainly possible. And I wouldn't be surprised if they go down that route.
So moving on, let us segue because we were talking
Seg
about
you?
segue out of Furry Weekend
Segway?
Atlanta.
Say it again. Say it again.
Segway
No.
or segu?
No, Lifty, say it again.
How about segue, Sylox? Okay, segue. Segue and seg
All right,
off.
let's segue our way into the next topic, shall we?
Yeah.
Oh my
So
god.
so we had a bit of a spat on one of our local chats about Amazon moving into Arlington.
Oh boy, here we go.
First and foremost, I am fully in support of Arlington HQ2 coming to Arlington. And here's why. They are bringing high-tech, high-paying jobs to the general area. And it's not just going to benefit Arlington, it's going to benefit the surrounding area. It's going to benefit Alexandria, it's going to benefit Falls Church, it's going to benefit DC. It's going to benefit everything that surrounds Amazon. And of course, here in Arlington, being so close to DC, the leftist capital of the universe, of course, that's going to make a lot of people upset. And
You want me to tell you what that ideology is, why they're upset.
Yes, go ahead,
It's the thought
please.
process of, hey, this sounds like a really good idea, but I don't want it in my backyard. It's the not in my backyard mindset,
Yeah,
NIMBYs.
exactly. Yeah, fuck NIMBYs.
where people want these things because they know, hey, this is a really good idea for everyone overall, but I don't want it near me.
Oh yes, NIMBYs have killed so many infrastructure projects. It's not even funny. I really don't like NIMBYs. Um, and I'm going to derail this for a bit, but NIMBYs are the worst thing in this country when it comes to infrastructure projects. Don't let people tell you it's labor unions or environmental processes or funding. No, it's NIMBYs. NIMBYs are the reason why the Purple Line might not get built. They're the reason why the Baltimore subway looks the way it does. They're the reason why the MARTA in Atlanta does not go anywhere. They're the reason why I 95 did not get built through DC. It's because of NIMBYs, okay? NIMBYs are disgusting people who complain, they complain that they don't have access to something. But when you want to bring access to them, oh, well, I don't want it in my backyard. It's going to bring crime. Bullshit. It's not going to bring crime.
It's not
That's
going to
a
bring
bold
crime. It's not going to bring
faced
pollution. It's not going to
lie.
bring any of that.
Well, see, here's the crux of that, Sylox. They say that it's gonna bring crime, but they also say it's gonna bring something even worse. That dreaded gentrification. Ooh.
Fancy
And
word.
I just
I'm going to add reverb to that. That's amazing.
please do, because I really just I hate when I hear people talk about gentrification like it's an evil thing. I mean, come on.
It's not
Now,
perfect.
no, it is not perfect.
Nothing's ever
I
perfect, though,
totally
let's be
understand
honest
that.
here.
I get that. Gentrification, it does strip away a lot of the history
And
and
honestly, especially in DC, it could be handled so much better.
yeah.
It
I
really could.
mean, it definitely from an artistic standpoint, from an architecture standpoint, gentrification does strip away a lot of old classic history that we're not going to get back. We
Yeah.
can't restore a building to the way it was in the 1920s if we just decide to tear it down and build it modern style. No, that style is just lost to the
Yeah.
ages.
Build those ugly ass apartments that all look alike. By the way, have you all
Exactly.
noticed that? Why do all apartments look alike these days? I don't get that.
Communism.
No.
They're all prefab buildings. Soviet era tech.
Bruh, what?
I'm
In the
pretty
Soviet
sure they
Union, all
hire the
apartments look the
same.
same because they're all made of prefabbed, like walls and shit.
That's
It's
probably
all prefab.
because you
I
can probably tell what kind of design firm that they've consulted for these buildings and how what design firm they consulted for those buildings over there and who is the contractors for all these developments and whatnot. It's all because everything is done in groups. Everything is done all the same by several different companies, several different firms. It's all a part of just conformity,
yeah,
forced conformity.
but you've seen them, right? Like you go to like fuck, I don't know. Not even Arlington. You can go out to Vienna and you see these apartments. They all
Mm-hmm.
look alike. It's so weird.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like I guess they're cheaper to build. I don't get it, but
Well,
it's
yeah,
really
there's a lot of
Yeah.
weird.
prefab.
It's like you buy all these like plans in bulk, but you can't add variation to the plans because that adds a lot of cost. So if you just get all the plans in bulk and just be like, hey, this whole area right here is all going to be the same, it's a lot cheaper because you bring in just the same materials and that's it.
Oh yeah,
Gotcha,
absolutely.
gotcha.
Yeah. But
Everything's cheaper in bulk.
but during this spat, we were talking about how Arlington would bring jobs, and of course, one of the admins of that certain chat decided he wanted to talk about how communism would actually benefit DC better than Amazon would. And he wanted to say, oh, yeah, there's a huge income inequality in DC. That is a major problem. Amazon's only going to make it worse. White the white median income in DC is 130,000 while the black median income is 30,000. And I'm like, okay, bruh, stop with your racism for a minute because so fucking what? What the hell are you proving with that? Yes, there's a huge income gap between the races, but that doesn't prove that we got to do anything regarding communism. We redistribute the wealth. Uh, we have to tax the wealthy at an obscenely high rate. That doesn't prove anything. This is where I get mad at furries that spout off communism, that preach communism, and yet they benefit from the very system that they hate. They don't benefit from the system they love and they want to preach about. They don't even practice what they preach. Otherwise, they wouldn't be talking about how well communism is
Well,
because communism sucks.
well, to be fair, you really can't practice communism in a capitalist society as an individual. It's incredibly hard. To be fair, you really can't do that.
Well, that's what we need to be talking about.
It's really hard. And to go back to the issue about the inequality of the wage gap, that's an important issue. I think
It
that there
is.
are better ways to bring the wealth disparity between African Americans and white Americans down. Unfortunately, white Americans got a head start, and unfortunately, I think one of the failings of the civil rights movement is we never truly asked for um, economic rights after we got our civil rights. Of course, there are reasons for that, um,
Yeah.
much less being the assassination of Dr. King. But I think in order to bring that wealth income disparity down, there are ways to do that. Taxing the wealthy, I don't think is the best way to do that because essentially a lot of that wealth is can easily be stashed overseas in a Swiss bank account. It can be written off via tax loopholes, what have you. So I think there has to be a better way of fixing the income gap. And you also can't just say, well, let's let the free market take care of it, because that's also no. Because
No.
we've seen what happens when you let the free market do what it wants. You get the Great Recession all over again. So you have to find some kind of balance. And I don't know, I don't have the answers to it. I don't think anybody here does. Um, I don't think our policymakers do. Most of them don't. So I think it's a very difficult situation to fix. As far as DC is concerned, I know the Bowser administration has been taking steps in Ward 7 and 8 to build affordable housing, but they need to do more. And as I've told Daz, you know, I'm all for affordable housing. I think everybody needs to have a fair shot in all this. I
And
mean,
that's understandable.
yeah, and
But here's my thought. There's not a lot of land. There's not a lot of space
there
in
isn't.
DC.
Most
Like
of it's taken
within DC, within the District of Columbia, there is not a lot of space, either horizontally or vertically,
with the height limits.
for
Yeah,
the district to house a growing middle and lower middle class.
I mean there technically is, but that is a state park. Well, that's a national park. I think Rock Creek Park is a
What
state. I don't know what Rock Creek Park actually is. It's the equivalent of a state park, so they can't really build on that. Other than that, there really is no space left in DC to build out. You have to build up now. And what's challenging is there are height limits. There are height limits that have been in place for a while now. Nothing in
Yeah,
DC proper and the surrounding area can be taller than the Washington Monument. So The challenge is,
Well, that's actually not quite true because we do have a radio mast that is incredibly tall, much, much,
well,
much taller than.
that's in Tinleytown though. That's farther out from the downtown government core area. That's farther north and northwest in Ward. I think that's Ward One. But
Hmm.
the issue is DC has to realize the city cannot just subside on upper middle class and wealthy persons. They need to have housing for working class and middle class families.
Hmm.
And a lot of those people are in wards 7 and 8. And they need to, Mayor Bowser needs to make a commitment that she is going to build those houses.
Yeah.
Excuse me, that housing. And if they don't, all those people will get displaced. They're going to move out to PG County, Montgomery County, Charles
Yeah.
County. That's not, it shouldn't come to that. And so I get very impassioned about gentrification because
Hmm.
I see that it's so horribly mismanaged with every city that goes through it. Because I
Hmm.
think there's a right way to do it
Yeah.
where you can have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
And I don't know why politicians can't see this. You can improve an area, but you can also pass laws to ensure that affordable housing is a thing. You can clean up crime, but you can also ensure that a clean, safe, crime-free area doesn't automatically become the next, Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah.
Um, there's ways to do that, and I don't think the Bowser administration and the council members have figured that out yet. And it's very sad to see because there's a
Well, I
lot of good people in Ward 7 and Ward 8, despite what people may think about east of the river. There are a lot of good people there, and they're going to get run out very soon.
hmm Now, I mean, I personally think that we can definitely have a conversation about the plight of the poor in the District of Columbia and how the poor and the middle class are being pushed out of the district because of gentrification and higher rent, higher land values, and such. But we need to start with facts first and foremost. We don't need to go to memes like communism to solve our problems. We need to first face facts. And here's some facts about the District of Columbia and how the land in the district is used. So, the District of Columbia, according to the Greater Washington site, it spans over 68 square miles. Half of it is land area, or half of the land area there goes to buildings, 20% is open space, and over a quarter is road infrastructure. That includes the roads, that includes the train lines, that includes alleys and such. And among residential land, half is single family detached houses, while high rises, which is where most of the middle class and lower middle class would be staying in, high rises occupy less than 2% of DC's total land area. Total usable land area. Thank you very much. So we need to think about that. And that's why I said DC does not have a lot of space to go out without a constitutional amendment or to build up without first of abolishing the Height of Buildings Act, which, if you do not know about the Height of Buildings Act, just Google it, read up on it. It has been in DC books since the 1900s, and it is by far the stupidest rule that's still in the books, but DC refuses to get rid of it.
You know what DC should do?
What's that?
Become a state.
No, no,
I'm actually
absolutely not.
100% for DC statehood. I think they need to become a state. Um,
I disagree. I
um,
respectfully disagree.
and that's fine, but I would remind you that the founders maintained that there is no minimum size for the district.
Oh no,
Um,
no, it's not. It's nothing about
so
size.
you
It is
could
not about size.
technically include just the government core there as a District of Columbia, and the rest can become a state. I don't see why it can't become a state. Laws can be amended. Oh, I know why it will never be a state because we're so polarized now. But um, legally speaking, in the eyes of the federal government, it is kind of a state. It's kind of not. It's in that neutral ground area where Puerto Rico is, where they're not really a state, but they're
Well,
kind
no,
of treated like one.
I would actually say that Puerto Rico has more rights as itself than DC does as not being a state.
Well, DC gets taxed, but they have no representation. Puerto Rico doesn't get taxed at all, but they have no representation in Congress either.
Hmm.
So Puerto Rico kind of has the uh, advantage.
Oh yeah.
But we can talk about this on and on and on. Let's get back to furry
I'm
topics.
well, you know what? I'm wholeheartedly in support of the creation of the state of Arlington more
What?
so than the giving DC statehood. I think Arlington
Arlington.
deserves statehood. I think Arlington deserves to be the
Okay.
51st state.
Well, do they have an Applebee's in Arlington?
Oh my God! Shut
Fuck
the
no.
fuck up about Arlington. God damn it! Every single
Applebee's is
episode,
the
every
best restaurant to eat at.
every
Eat at
single
Applebee's.
episode. God damn it!
The last time I went to Applebee's, I had a very just
Don't talk bad.
average time. That's
Wow. How dare you?
It was
Applebee's is
just
the best
it.
restaurant.
Average.
Average.
I mean, there's nothing special. There's nothing negative nor positive. It's just
Let's talk
Food.
about the Foxler update, shall we? So, just so Sylox can shut the fuck up about Applebee's already.
Oh,
let's talk
my
about our time
Lord.
at Freddy's.
I get paid to show Applebee's, by the way.
Are you serious?
No, I don't.
I
will
fucking
soon, though.
wish. I've been like, bitch, where's my share of the money?
I wish I did.
Do you have shares in Applebee's too, just like you have shares in United Airlines?
I can neither comment on that.
Fuck me, he
or,
does.
I can't
I
comment.
bet
on
you
that.
Every
he does.
time he
I
says
don't.
that shit, it means yes.
I can't comment on that. I plead the eighth, whatever that amendment that
Fuck
is.
your eighth.
That's probably some amendment that has nothing to do with right to self-incrimination.
Anyway,
Oh,
talking
Lord.
about
Freddy's.
Foxlers. No.
You say T.
No. People want to hear about what's going on with Foxler.
Fox Hitler.
How reamed is the hard left hand of the law, just slapping his ass. So he had
Kinky.
his first advisement on April 23rd,
Giddy.
and in legally speaking terms, the first advisement only advises him on what he is charged against.
Mm-hmm.
So he was charged with enticing a minor, of course. And so his court case, he has another court case, a second advisement, where the prosecution and the defense, they bring forth their evidence, either for or against Foxler, on May 16th. This is where shit gets real, because of course the prosecution is going to have their case filled with all kinds of incriminating evidence against Foxler, where he enticed this minor. I don't know what they're going to show, of course. And of course, none of this can be viewed outside of the courtroom, so everything is just speculation. But we will keep you informed as to what happens to Foxler and how hard and how deep the judge's boot will be up his ass, and the prosecution will be up his ass on May 16th.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
He's
fucked.
fucked. Yeah, he's fucked.
It's
Yeah,
just
he's fucked.
that's just
It's-
the only way to put it. He's just fucked.
Yeah.
He is going to have so much horrible shit happen to him in prison. Let's be honest
boy.
here. He's not
That's-
going to survive.
No, he's not. I shouldn't take pleasure in someone's misfortune, but
Oh, fuck this guy. He's not
Misfortune,
human.
No.
there are
No.
some people who
He did this to himself.
Yeah.
He is a
He brought
fucking
this on
monster.
himself.
He does not deserve any sympathy.
he
Absolutely.
is he's a scumbag, and for a lot of reasons. But yeah, I have no sympathy for that guy. So Sucks
Yeah.
to be you, dude.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't suck at all. Fuck this guy.
Yeah, fuck him.
God, you guys are mean.
I am not. No, this isn't
No,
me when
no,
I'm
we're
mean.
being fair.
You want to see me mean? I'd have our whole entire channel taken down
Oh,
Why?
because I
Oh.
say mean things. That's why, Lifty.
oh,
Yeah, but you make up with it with memes.
and
Memes
porn
wouldn't
gifs.
make up the horrible shit I'd say about this Nazi cunt.
I mean, you can say
I mean,
it.
go ahead,
It's
man.
free speech, man.
And I'm not drunk.
No, I need to be drunk to say this shit. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I'd fuck it up.
Well, grab a beer and just,
No, I have
It's
work
a
tomorrow.
work
I
night.
can't do
Like,
that
what
shit.
the fuck? Yeah. We're not like you, Lifty. We're responsible adults. Okay.
Anyway, let's talk about Freddy's.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So last night we had our our monthly Furry night at Freddy's Beach Bar and Grill in Arlington, Virginia. And last night we also paid a small tribute to Dog Bomb by wearing leis. What else happened? It was a very small meet. We only had 8 people?
Yeah, around that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fine. I enjoyed it. I got to meet people that I didn't know. This was my second time back at Freddy's, and probably my second time at a gay bar. Believe it or not. And
It's a very chill bar.
yeah,
If you've never been to Freddy's before, I definitely urge you to come by. It is a great first bar experience. It is a great first gay bar experience. If you've never experienced a gay bar before,
Freddy's
yeah.
is probably the best place you can go to.
gay bar.
Mostly because of the fact that it's one of the few gay bars I've been to where dudes aren't fucking in the back.
Yeah, totally.
Ew.
It is very chill. Well, that happens at gay bars.
It happens
believe
a
it or
lot,
not.
actually.
I
Blatantly
don't
in the open, actually. I've been to a lot of other gay bars, and it's
Yeah.
just a lot of,
in the open.
oh yeah, open intercourse, yeah. Just straight up
Yeah.
butt fucking in the back of the bar.
I have several questions.
Well, we do have that one story that we learned from a certain fur. We're not going to name names. We're not going to name locations, but we have a witness who witnessed that at a local bar, at a local gay bar, and he gave us some strong words of advice. Don't sit on anything.
No,
Ew, man.
you will be sitting on someone's jizz.
But
not Freddy's. That place is actually clean.
I don't want to. Oh man.
Freddy's is clean though.
Yeah,
Oh,
Freddy's
yeah.
is clean.
People
Yeah.
are nice. It's
Yeah.
friendly. It's comforting. You feel like family there. It's great.
Mhm.
I enjoyed it. And like I
Yeah.
said, this is my second time at a gay bar. Starting to get used to going to gay bars. I never really did them until I joined the furry fandom.
Yeah.
It's a learning experience. I don't think I'm ready to go to a gay club. That would be too hardcore for me. I might
Gotta
get a
ease you into
nosebleed.
the gay life.
I'm,
Gay life.
I'm kind of the same way. I was very, very surprised when I first went to Freddy's because I thought it was going to be like a really hardcore gay club. And it really didn't turn out to be like that at all. It was just like a bar with gay people in it. And
That's
it's
how
like, oh, wow, this
bars
is nice.
typically are, though,
Bar.
to be honest.
Well, that's how bars are supposed to be, in my view. It's not supposed to be like hardcore butt fucking out in the corner. It's supposed to be really chill, a place where you can just
What bar did you go
Hank-
to that did that? Holy shit.
like I said, we have a witness who
Yeah.
witnessed this at a local bar.
I've been to quite a few bars that have that kind of shit going.
I went
I'm
to another
surprised
local
it's
bar.
allowed.
I went to another local bar. It wasn't Freddy's, of course. It was quite a ways away from Freddy's, but yeah, it was a gay bar, and I went with just the body of my fursuit to there, and I have to say I've been hit on by a lot of guys at that bar just because I was wearing that, and everybody's asking me, it's like, oh, what is this?
You guys know of the
I
Baltimore
don't know
Eagle,
what
right?
this is, but I like it.
He wants the D. That's what he wants.
Yeah, you
I
guys
know, he
know of
wants
the
my
Baltimore
D.
Eagle, right?
Yeah. Well, I haven't been, but I've heard of it.
I've heard of it, but I've never been. I wanted to go when they had Furry Night.
I did too, until
So
I
I
realized what
shit
they
you
did.
not. While we're at Freddy's hanging out with our friends and shit, one of our friends told us about the time he went to the Baltimore Eagle. And he was just, taking a piss in the bathroom, as all dudes do when they have to take a piss. No shit, was just straight up grabbed by this old dude who just walked in, grabbed his shit, and said, "I like your dick."
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's sexual harassment or whatever the term is.
To be honest, if anyone walks straight up to me and did that shit, I'm smashing his head straight into the fucking urinal. I don't care if he dies or not. That's just straight up just sexual assault.
And
which is actually
Yeah.
a justifiable reason to kill someone, by the way.
that brings up an interesting point
Why
because
people gotta be
we're in the age of the
disgusting,
Me
man?
Too movement,
Don't do that.
and yet this
Don't-
shit happens at gay bars all over all over America.
don't-
I mean,
Don't grab another man's junk. That's sexual
No.
assault. Don't do that. Have common sense. At
It's
least
sexual assault
ask.
and rape, just straight up. Like, if you're gonna force yourself upon someone and grab their junk, that's also technically
that's
rape.
so bizarre.
But no, one of our friends, he's a Sergal, has confided in me numerous times that at this particular Eagle location, when they had their furry nights, a lot of people were going in that back alley and doing certain things with their mouths and butts, and they did stuff.
No, they're just straight up fucking.
They did stuff with their penis, didn't they?
Yes, they
they're
did.
straight up fucking.
It was
No
not
need-
safe for work stuff.
And you tell me that I'm PC about my shit, man. Like, you need to fucking man the fuck up. They're fucking. They were fucking having sex. Say it with me, Sylox. Sex.
Oh God, sex.
Sex.
Oh,
They
There
no.
you go.
They were
Oh.
having the rumpy pumpy,
The what?
the pumpy rumpy,
You
the
know,
rumpy pumpy,
they're pushing the
Bumpy?
stool,
the hibbity dibbity.
Giggity.
clogging the pipe, you know.
That one's also sexual.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But
They were
See.
shoving the old drain snake down the tube.
see, I'm not gonna say that at work because that's a HR violation. But
A what?
an HR violation. If
It's
I
an
say
What
HR
is?
violation to tell them that they're packing shit.
what? No, if I say
the
some
packet
of those,
fudge.
no, if I no, if I went around saying the humpity dumpity or whatever, somebody will.
I think that'd be more like people
misinterpret
look
that.
at you like you're fucking like a
Silox,
retard
are
or
you at
something.
home?
Am I at home?
Yes.
What? Yes, I'm at home right now. Where else would
Well,
I
then you-
podcast?
Well, why can't you say it at home?
I said at work.
Oh, okay.
That's why I
Well,
said
of
HR
course.
violation. If I said that, I
Of
value
course.
my job.
I would never say stuff like rumpy pumpy or hibbity dibbity at work.
Who the fuck says that shit like out in public? Let's be honest here. Who
You'd be
go around
surprised.
being like, I'm gonna do the humpity dumpity or some shit?
Drunk people, drunk frats do. Drunk frat kids do.
Well, they're at that moment while in the frat, they're not human.
I'm
They're
only
known as
And
human
party
now
demons.
for a
after all.
condom quickie as part of a public service announcement.
Members of
condom
frats are known
Rip
as
and
party
slip
demons.
before you take a dip.
That's a good song, by the way.
What is?
Human by Rag and Bone. That's a great song.
No, I've never heard of it.
You've never heard of Human before.
No.
Oh my
I've heard
lord.
I've heard of Human by Human League.
What?
Yes.
What is Human?
You've never
League?
heard it? What? Oh my God! What? Did you just ask
Yes.
who is Human League?
I did. Fight
oh my
me.
God! No! I'm triggered right now. I'm
Good.
I'm a triggered boy right now.
You've been triggered this entire night. Good God.
Yeah, I
I'm
have
like a
been.
social justice warrior. Good Lord. Oh,
Oh Jesus!
fuck me.
I'm
Not you.
going to introduce you. I'm going to introduce
To Human
you to
League.
Human League. Yes.
Okay.
Because
Well, while you look up Human League, let's talk about our 10th episode. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be 10 episodes next week. Can you believe that? We haven't gotten bored of this shit yet. So we're going to have 10 episodes, right? It's amazing. It's a conundrum in my opinion. Why would anyone listen to us for 10 episodes? I'll tell you why. Because we're fucking awesome. The content
Yeah.
that we bring you is amazing. It's light years better than what you hear on the radio on Sirius XM. It's edible. You have me not
I
knowing what
am not
half the
edible.
shit
That's
is.
cannibalism.
You have Lifty shilling for Arlington, and Sharky's like the coolest person here. What more do you want? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be doing our 10th episode next week. You have to
And
watch.
it's going to be 2 hours long. I
Two,
know it's going to
motherfucker,
be
what?
it is going to be our longest episode
2
that we
hours.
have done.
Shit,
Yes,
this
2
is
hours.
news to me. Fuck, just way to
2
fucking
hours.
throw that out there.
Yes.
You better be paying me 2 hours.
And you just threw in the N-word all nonchalant.
It's okay. He's black.
I have the pass. I can say that every once in a while. I slip up.
You better bleep. You better bleep that. So yeah, it's going to be 2 hours long. It's going to be longer. It's
I'll
going
do
to be
it
longer.
too.
It's going to be longer than
Oh,
all of our other episodes. I know we've kind of pushed the envelope on how long our episodes are, but yeah, this time we're going all out. It's going to be 2 episodes. It's going to be great. And we're going to have a special guest.
Who's our special guest?
Do we want to announce our special guest, or do we want to wait until the episode and have our be surprised?
It's a poppy fur, so he's popular. Let's just say that.
He is very popular, and
You
he's a
can
great
guess
guy.
in the comments.
Yes,
But you're
yes.
not
Do
gonna-
not
you're
do
not
not
gonna-
say who it is.
Yeah.
It has to be a surprise.
Yeah.
Okay, we will.
It's
we
me.
will keep it under wrap. We will keep it under
Good.
wraps.
Speaking of keeping things under wraps, this is a PSA. Do not spoil Avengers Endgame. If you do that shit, you are an indecent. You are not a decent human being. You deserve to be smacked in the face with a bottle, a glass bottle, a mason jar full of black widows that
bees.
have AIDS, bees that have HIV. Okay, do not spoil Endgame. I will find
Or you
out
could just
where
cut
you
them
are.
and pour moonshine on them. That would be even worse.
Yes.
Sylox, why do you care so much? You already watched it. You already watched all
I-
3 hours and 20 minutes
Well,
of it.
I'm just saying, Endgame is amazing. You know what happened in Endgame? That's what happens. I
have to
spoiled
stab
it.
You know,
you now.
Fight me.
that makes so much sense.
Yes, it does.
That's
You know what else makes
awesome.
He helps the galaxy
What?
by
What else?
delivering pizzas.
Applebee's makes sense.
No, shut! God damn
You
it!
know what? How about you go shove Applebee's square up your fucking asshole?
Oh, every time I shield them, I get paid money. Keep it up. Keep it up. Money.
I
in the-
would, honestly, if we were sponsored by Applebee's, I'd start fucking, bowing down, start shoving.
I
Yeah,
would
fucking
too.
if
face
they
at Applebee's.
actually started paying us to shill Applebee's, yeah, I wouldn't be so triggered.
I mean, you shield Arlington all the time. It's like, do they pay you under the table? I think they do. I really
I plead
think.
the fifth.
Oh, they do pay you. Okay.
I plead the fifth.
That's called corruption where I'm from. Okay. I see
What?
how it is. Yeah.
It's called untaxable money. Don't worry,
I
the
use your-
IRS are coming for you soon.
I use Maryland taxpayer money to buy furry porn.
Yeah.
Fight me.
Yeah,
Let's
that's-
go.
How?
Don't worry about it. I just use your tax dollars to buy furry porn. Don't worry about how
I want to use tax dollars to buy furry porn.
and get a government job. That's how it works.
Well, give me a government job, all right?
You don't live in Maryland. I can't get you a government job.
I work in Maryland. That's good enough.
break.
You work in
Sylox,
there.
you're reverbing fucking terribly, like straight up feedback every time someone speaks.
Well, I do have this lovely comforter over my head. It's to cut down on the outside noises. So that's probably why I'm reverbing so much. I apologize for that.
Okay, just edit this part out because I can hear you so loudly, which means you have some editing to do to cut that part out.
Oh, Lord. Yes, and here's what. I'll tell you what. Because of this incident, you can hit me in the head with a mason jar filled with bees that have HIV. Okay?
Alrighty.
Then you can piss in the wound if you want to. I don't care. It's a free
Okay, I was just
find
letting you
that?
know you reverb like a motherfucker.
Coasty piss.
That was loud as fuck. Anyway,
Oh,
getting back to the show in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, what?
You fucking.
you Riri. Good God.
No, you don't get to say Riri because you don't even know what the fuck it means.
It means retarded. That's what it
You
means.
have
After I
to
had to
Google
explain that shit to
who
you.
Chad is.
Because I wanted to make sure it was not the country. That's a poor country, okay? Chad is a very poor country. Don't make fun of Chad.
Anyway, it's getting about that fucking time.
Oh, wait.
Alrighty.
Before we go, Lifty, you went to North Carolina. Quickly tell us what happened in North Carolina. Please. You
I
have 5
went.
seconds.
Okay, so I had cake. I got a luggage set from my parents. I stayed in South Hill and spent the night for about an hour and a half before people started uh, just like circling my car looking for things to steal. And what's funny is that like 200 feet away was a Holiday Inn Express that I could have stayed in, but I didn't. I stayed in my car. Um, hey, what? Am I still on?
You are still on. I just turned my mic off.
Oh, okay. And on the way back, I took the scenic route just so I could pick up Small Fox and take him to the Freddy's meet. And first of all, Caswell County is the most boring plane of existence ever. Like, I usually don't say that certain parts of a state are, incredibly boring, but yeah, Caswell County is like, there's a whole lot of nothing going on there. And then you go into Danville, Virginia, which somehow is nicknamed Dan Vegas because of its high crime rate that nobody seems to understand or
You
know
drove
how.
through Southern Virginia. What did you expect? You drove through that part of Virginia. It's the Bible Belt of the state. There's nothing there except
Except
poverty and despair. It's a sad place.
no. There was a huge Confederate flag there and a huge Trump Pence billboard.
Oh my god.
What I saw from the picture you shared was something about open road, and I've been like, that would have been fucking awesome to just ride
It
through.
is. There is a lot of open road.
Because then
and-
no one bothers you. You can go flying down the fucking road full, like just grabbing a full grip of the throttle.
Oh, totally.
And then you got
And-
to Lynchburg Lynchburg, and you passed by Liberty University, and you got triggered by that as well.
Yes, because if you ever go to Lynchburg, fucking Jerry Falwell, that fundamentalist Christian son of a bitch, he has his name on half of everything there.
They did buy
Like
the
they
town.
got,
bought
they
the
have
town.
roads, they have airports, they have gas stations, they have toilets. You name it. It's all named after Jerry Falwell. Like he's fucking God or whatever.
I mean,
And not only that, like half the city of Lynchburg is just Liberty University.
yeah,
He practically owns half of
does.
Lynchburg. It's crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't send my kids to Liberty University.
No.
Yeah,
PSA, if you ever thought about sending like 10% of your money to some evangelical Christian church, because they think, oh yeah, they're doing so many good things for the poor. No, go to Lynchburg. Go to Liberty University. Go and see how much of that city has Jerry Falwell's name on it, and then put your money right back in your pocket. Because guess what? If you do that, your money is going straight to his pocket, not to the poor, not to the struggling people in Haiti or in Chad or wherever.
you mentioned.
It's not going to them. It's going straight to whoever Jerry Falwell's pockets are, and it's going to just line their pockets for another airport. Like, fuck it. They have, like, 3.
Well-
And once I got past Lynchburg, it was very beautiful country. Like, it's starting to get into, like, the mountainous hill part of Virginia,
Oh, he's
and it is incredibly beautiful. It is very remote out there, but oh my god, in the fall, Sharky, we need to take a ride down there in the fall.
Oh, for sure. I'm down for that. I'll ride anywhere on a bike.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a beautiful, just very scenic ride down Highway 29 from Lynchburg up to Charlottesville. And even in Charlottesville, it was very picturesque. It was
Yeah, we'll
absolutely
just cruise at a
breathtaking.
good 45 going down the highway and just take it all in.
Oh yeah.
So, like,
No. Actually, you're going 60 on that road. It's even better.
Nah, not when you're cruising. You take your good ass time when you cruise.
Okay.
So,
Well,
like,
I mean, when you're cruising down that area, you got to listen to Fleetwood Mac because that's like the perfect music for the area.
so like, real talk. Why didn't you just take I-40 to I-85? That would have been so much faster than going through bumfuck Southern
Okay,
Virginia.
so you know how a triangle works, right?
How a triangle works? Yes.
Yes. Okay, so basically, I was taking the hypotenuse route.
What the fuck is a hypotenuse?
Well, imagine a circle. I mean, imagine a triangle.
Oh lord. Okay.
And what you're saying, I-40 is like the bottom leg of a right triangle, and then I-85 is the leg going up on the triangle. And I decided to say, fuck all that, and I took the hypotenuse route, which is shorter, according to Pythagorean theorem. Also, I was picking up small fox, so Waze told me to go that way instead.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that makes sense. It
Yeah.
doesn't make sense at all. I hate math. Math is stupid. All right. Ending. It is stupid, by the way. You're not going to use any of this. First of all, I don't care what the fuck your teacher says. You're never going to use geometry ever again in life. If you're not going to. That's a bold-faced lie. Okay? Because you're not going to build your own deck.
You know what I'm going to do?
You're going to have someone else do it for you because you're fucking
After I
lazy.
finish Calc 3, I'm going to take a phone and I'm just going to beat it on my head for a couple minutes. And then it's like, okay, that's how good of education I got regarding calculus
And
because I'm
who's
never going
gonna-
to use it again.
Who's going to use trigonometry in real life? Nobody. Unless you're a physicist. You're not going to use that shit. What's the point? But
Engineers use trigonometry.
like I said, and if you're not an engineer, you have no reason to use it. I have no reason to use geometry in my job. Why do I have to learn it? That's all I'm saying. But
General education.
Yeah, they don't know shit. Gen Ed knows nothing about what you need to know about the general
damn it.
world.
What about Common Core?
fuck
Shut up.
Common Core. That's the only thing worse than Common Core is No Child Left Behind. Good lord, that was a clusterfuck. My god. Anyway, I could ramble on about both of those, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, we
Anyway.
gotta start wrapping this shit up, boys.
Yes.
I gotta head
Stop
out.
raising your damn hand. Anyway, stop abusing.
Anyway, that was my North Carolina trip. I picked up Small Fox, took him to Freddy's, had a great time
He's a
with
nice
some
boy.
friends, took him home, and went home myself.
And jacked off.
No, I just went home.
Oh, you don't go.
Not
to
everything has to be sexual, unlike you, Sylox.
I'm not sexual at all. Well, no comment on that.
Anyway, it has been a wonderful evening, and it has been great to speak about furry and non-furry topics like we have in a way that is sober and very refreshing. Anyway, that is our episode for episode 9 Furry Frequencies. Thank you for joining us, and this is Lifty.
This is Sharky.
Sylox, are you still there?
And
Sylox
I'm
is-
Sylox. Oh, don't forget to plug the Twitter. At Furry Frequencies.
Yeah, if
It's
you
me,
like
at
what
Furry
you're hearing
Frequency on Twitter.
and you like to follow our stupid little antics online, feel free to follow us on Twitter at
Please.
Furry Frequencies.
Please
Or,
follow us.
excuse me, at Furry Frequency.
Please follow us.
Yes.
I'll
please
give you
follow us.
$1.
And also follow us on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for notifications when our new episodes hit. And we are still hard at work trying to get the SoundCloud going. Right now, it's just kind of like me yelling at SoundCloud. And the papers say, old man yells at SoundCloud.
That's about accurate.
Yeah. Shut up. I'm not an old man.
Let's wrap this shit up for real though, because I
All
do
right.
gotta head the fuck out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Getting tired.
So this is Furry Frequencies signing off. You have a great night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good night, Cleveland. Good night, Cincinnati. Good night, Baltimore.
Fuck you all.
Whoa.
Can't
Use a
do
condom
anything.
first.